Ito ang mainit na balita at trending ngayon sa mundo ng social media. Matindi nga itong pasabog na binunyag na katotohanan, lalo na sa planong patalsikin sa pwesto si VP Sara. At ang nakakagimbal na connection umano, bakit nakalaya si dating Senador De Lima. Ano nga bang dahilan? Well, let's find out. Matindi nga itong pasabog ni Attorney Harry Roque patungkol dito sa paglaya ni dating Senadora De Lima.
Meron akong nadiskubre. Ako'y na-shock nung ako'y nakatanggap ng text na ito palang si Judge Generhito na siyang West na nagbigay ng piyansa na order na po pwede magpiyansa si Leila De Lima ay isang paboritong estudyante pala ni Leila De Lima sa San Beda, sa Persons and Family Relations. Ang balita pa sa akin, hindi lang ordinaryong estudyante ni Leila De Lima, itong si Judge Hito, paboritong estudyante pa. So sa akin lang, nung judge kasi na naunang nag-deny ng petition for bail ni Leila De Lima ay pina-inhibit ng depensa dahil ang kapatid pala nung Judge Buenaventura ay abogado na nag-assiste kay Ronnie Dayan doon sa kanyang affidavit kung saan dinadawit nga niya si Leila De Lima dito sa pangangalakan ng pinagbabawal na droga. Eh bakit pagdating naman sa isang judge na pumabor kay Leila De Lima, hindi na ilabas yung katotohanan na mag-teacher at estudyante pala sila? Nako, tingin ko po dapat linawin ito ni Judge Hito at saka ng court administrator. Kasi baka mawala na naman ng tiwala ang taong bayan sa ating sistema ng katarungan.
Ayon naman kay SOJ Rimulya, walang dapat pagdudahan sa paglaya ni De Lima dahil patas umano ang hustisya.
Hindi pwedeng lagyan ng duda na malayang-malaya ang ating hudikatura na magdesisyon sa anumang bagay sa kanilang paningin ay tama at naaayon sa batas.
Maandar ang ating sistema ng hustisya, maliwanag yan. Dito pa lang sa pagbibigay ng piyansa kay Senator, former Justice Secretary De Lima.
Dagdag pa ni SOJ Rimulya, naniniwala siyang mahina na ang natitirang kaso at tuluyan ng makakalaya si dating Senadora De Lima. Sa issue naman sa pagpapatalsik kay VP Sara ay heto at binasag na ang katahimikan ni Attorney Trixie. Binunyag ni Attorney Trixie na gusto talagang ilaglag at sibakin sa pwesto si VP Sara, lalo na ang mga sulsol na nakapaligid kay President Marcos.
Ito yung basa ko dyan. The President is still conflicted about this. Malakas ang pressure dun sa panig niya, sa mga nakapaligid niya na, laglag niyo na yan. Hindi na siya kailangan. I'm very sure those are the words. Okay? Laglag niyo na yan. Di na natin yan kailangan. Nasa poder na tayo. Ano pa? Na may nagsasabi na itong impeachment at chuchu ay ano daw, ay distraction lang daw dun sa sa issue ng transparency, yung extraordinary fund daw ng Kongreso and so on. For a fact, I know that that's not true. They weren't trying to distract us. They really were trying to remove her. Yun lang yun. Ang sabi pa nga ng iba na mga taga-Kongreso, kulang po ang boto. Maraming magdi-disappear, maraming hindi nakakapag-commit. Kiss of death eh. Ngayon, ang iba sa kanila, out and out, sinasabi na nila, hindi na kami nagsusuporta kay Inday, dito na kami kay House Speaker, as if naman there was a choice between those two. Pero sige, ayaw nila kay Inday, fine. There's a difference between saying ayaw nila kay Inday and actually casting a vote for impeachment. Iba yun. Ibang usapan yun.
So, Mr. President, to the extent that the Secretary can answer, ito lang kasi yung reklamo ko rin, sir, kasi we bought or attempted to buy helicopters from Russia. Okay. When did we make this decision to buy?
That's 2019, Mr. President.
When we made the decision to buy, through the DND, yes, through the DND.
Yes, Mr. President.
Didn't we know of the sanction regime already in place at that time?
No, Mr. President, because the Russian-Ukraine war was an unforeseen incident, Mr. President. At that time, we have a very good relationship with Russia. So, kaya nga, na-consummate itong kontrata na ito, Mr. President, to buy 16 units of Mi-17 heavy airlift choppers, Mr. President. So, nung na-consummate na ito, pumutok itong Russian-Ukraine war. And so nag-change tayo ng policy, Mr. President. Dahil nga, all eyes are now against Russia, Europe, EU, US, and all other countries are against Russia, and that they're planning to sanction Russia. So magiging issue, Mr. President, kung ituloy natin itong procurement, because they will question us, why are we supporting Russian economy through this procurement? Na they are engaged in they are waging war on the Ukraine territory.
Yes, what is involved actually is the sanctions imposed on Russia by some so-called Western countries. Yun ang involved eh.
Yes, Mr.
Not our relationship with Russia. Nothing has changed, di ba?
Nothing has changed.
But ang tanong ko lang nga, when the contract was signed, wala pa bang sanctions imposed on Russia?
None,
Factual
Mr.
lang, factual. 2019 kasi yon.
Yes.
Hindi ba invaded na si Crimea noon by that time?
2020 pa, Mr. President. 2020
Hindi, Ukraine. Pero yung annexation of Crimea, before pa yun eh. Wala bang
Meron-
sanctions doon?
There were no sanctions, Mr. President.
Kasi we lost, I think we made, the total contract price would be 10 billion pesos.
27 billion.
20, mali pala figures
Yeah,
ko. The
but-
total contract price is 27 billion pesos and we made
12.7. 12.7,
Oh, ulit,
correction.
ulit.
12.7 billion pesos.
okay, so tama, more or less may 10 nga. 12.7 billion pesos ang total contract price and we made the down payment of
1.9 billion.
close to 2 billion, 1.9 billion pesos. What's the status of our 1.9 billion pesos paid, Mr. President?
As we speak, Mr. President, the Department of National Defense is looking at possible legal options to recover the almost 2 billion, that's 1.9 billion, down payment it made to Russia following the termination of the more than 12 billion helicopter purchase deal between the two countries. According to my statement, Mr. President, the issue is still being taken up by the DND's legal office. More than a year after the transaction to procure Mi-17 heavy lift helicopters for the Philippine Air Force was closed in November 2021, and the advance payment of 1.9 billion was made in January 2022.
Tapos na po yung we're beyond the stage na of parang diplomatic solution? Wala na?
Hindi pa naman.
Have we been rejected in our request for a reimbursement, refund?
Mr. President, can we ask for...
Okay,
Yeah.
yan yung ano.
Because
Sige,
there
yan
is a
yung
legal
ganap
issue.
Okay. Ngayon, Mr. Secretary, also to the extent that you can answer, yung kasama ba sa modernization natin yung pag-order natin ng BrahMos missiles?
It's under Horizon 2, Mr. President.
And we haven't heard, so Horizon 2, so that's one of the 51 projects that you consider completed?
We are awaiting delivery, Mr. President.
Will it come? And di ba behind the BrahMos technology is also Russian technology?
Pwede daw, Mr. President, executive session na natin ito
Again,
pag-usapan.
again, executive session.
Kung pa pwede.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pero yung cost siguro, we can discuss the cost. How
The
much?
cost.
How much is the total cost of the procurement for the BrahMos missiles, Mr. President?
9 billion pesos for the 3 batteries. Mr.
3
President.
batteries, ang tawag
Yes.
pala doon, 3 batteries. Ano yun? How many missiles per battery?
8 missiles per battery, Mr. President.
9 billion na yung total. Ang narinig ko kasi, 2 agencies entered into 2 separate contracts, or was this only one procurement contract?
Only one, Mr. President.
Only one lang. Hindi to hinahinati sa dalawang services.
No,
Only
only
one.
one.
Okay. So total of 9 billion.
9 billion.
When was supposed to be the expected delivery?
This year? December of this year, Mr. President.
So whether or not darating, yun na yung pag-usapan sa in executive session.
Yes, Mr. President.
But am I justified to bring up some concerns regarding that contract, Mr. Secretary? Ganun, general question lang.
Well, we are still awaiting delivery, Mr. President. So unless hindi pa na-deliver, hindi tayo we cannot raise some concerns. So hintayin na muna natin ma-deliver.
But everything can be considered normal on that front, Mr. President?
As far as the manifestations from the Indian government is concerned, Mr. President, yes. Everything is normal. Wala pa tayong nakikita ang problema.
Okay, thank you.
Sana naman.
I'm
sana
glad,
naman.
I'm glad to hear that, Mr. President. Siguro, ito na lang, last point ko na lang siguro, Mr. President. Ito na lang, a quotation from the Secretary. We are looking also at non-traditional sources to fill in the gaps, particularly in technology and other capabilities. I think you said this in relation to the sources of our weapon systems and platforms to support our modernization program. Can we just get the
Yes, Mr.
elaboration on
President.
what the Secretary meant as non-traditional sources, Mr. President?
Non-traditional sources refers to countries or suppliers that are not usually tapped by the Philippines as sources of its military equipment requirements. So whichever country can assure us of fit to our needs and supply chain, and uninterrupted supply chain, Mr. President, that's the main consideration as far as the President's instructions is concerned.
That's very important, no? We continue to respect the human rights of our people. So congratulations to our professionally led armed forces of the Philippines, Mr. President, led by, and then the civilian leader is our Secretary of the DND, my classmate, my idol, Mr. President. So we wish him all the best. Maraming salamat po, and thank you to our sponsor also.
Thank you, Mr. President.